Jasmine, Jazzy, my Jazzy life, you are a special type of stupid. Let me be the first one to inform you. First off, you're dealing with a man who couldn't even help you buy groceries for your kids. Then on top of that, his children's mother is trying to tell you something like, "Hey, this man don't even take care of his kids and everything." So if he don't take care of his kids, what makes you think that he's going to take care of you? Then you buying him a Fitbit, but your toddlers are running around here on a tricycle that's meant for like a 2-year old, like that's very very short. Then you talking about that he couldn't be a child predator based on where he work at. Like, are you really that stupid? Are you really that naive? Like, I'm starting to really think that they call you, that they call you for a reason, a radio, cause you're stupid as hell. I don't know what else to say about you. You're beyond just stupid. Like, you're a special type of stupid. Why in the world are you continuously up here entertaining a man that evidently don't give two craps about you, that have shown that he's an opportunist, and then your mama radio too? She is supporting this mess talking about my future son-in-law. So when when your mama get robbed right in her face, I don't want to hear nothing about it on YouTube because you set yourself up for that. Your mama needs to kick you in your butt. If this man can't even help you provide the basic necessities for your kids, and you gotta struggle, and he's sitting up there under you, we already know that. I don't care how many times you still say, "Oh, this man don't live with me. He don't live with me." We all know that's a bold-faced lie. The writing is on the wall. I hope you never get your food stamps back. I really do, because if you're not going to use those food stamps to feed your kids and everything that you do is going to go towards him, you have a problem, Jasmine. You need to go get some serious help. Believe me, there's counselors out there just for people like you. Because the first person that you're supposed to put first is your children. Oh yeah, let me talk about this little vanity set that you got for, was it Kaylin? Or whichever one of your oldest girls, well, you got a vanity set for. Look, you need to go ahead, go say that thing for Ava, and let her have it for when she get a little bit older and she's ready to sit there, because Ava will be able to fit in that thing in no time. I'll tell you that. Why are you spending all your money on Chris? That's my main question. And then you say people don't know you. Well, hun, you put your business all out there on YouTube for people to take a look at. And nobody knows you? You know what, Jasmine? I really thought you had more common sense than what people, you know what I'm saying, than what people were saying about you. But I actually see for myself, you are just a dummy. A big, big dummy. I don't know what else to say about you. You're just dumb as hell right now. Come on, Jasmine. Come out of La La Land. The penis ain't that darn good when you feel the need to sit here and shortchange yourself over a Negro who then clearly showed you time and time and time again that he don't give two craps about you. Anytime a man can sit here and drag you on social media, talk about how you keep your house, what you do to your kids, and he don't care who hear about it. Evidently, he don't care nothing about you. He's there for the come up. That's it. Jasmine, I don't even think your relationship is gonna last with this man. I just don't. And even if you was to marry him, guess who's gonna be carrying the bag at the end of the day? It's gonna be you. It's gonna be on you. If these are the type of people that you look at and like to call them men, I really feel sorry for you. Because that means that your mom and your dad lack somewhere to actually teach you that a real man, he's not going to be trying to get everything that's in your pockets. If anything, he's going to try to contribute to you to bring you up. I'll give you a perfect example, because evidently you have not been taught. I know a young man right now that have gave more into my life than a little bit. I'll give you a perfect example. When he first came into my life, I was doing member services at home for a pharmacy. And he knew that my dream job at the end of the day was always to become a pharmacy technician and eventually become a pharmacist. I did not have a car here to get back and forth to the class that I really wanted to get back and forth to. And I really did not have a lot of money because I was going through some personal things at home. And for the most part, I always carried my own. But for this one particular case, I needed some help. And you know what the young man did for me, Jasmine? Do you really want to know what he done? He made sure that he left work every single darn day. And he came and got me from school. Not only did he come and get me from school, Jasmine, but sometimes he left work early just to make sure that I got to school. And that ain't even a half of what he have done for me. Jasmine, when I need to travel out to another state to go check on two of my children because they live with their father, well, I have my other daughter here with me, and he knew that I needed some help. Guess what, Jasmine? I didn't have to beg him to do anything for me. I told him my situation. He said, okay. He said, I don't have much on me right now, and I might need you to help me with a little bit of gas money, but not much. Just help me out here some, and I'm going to help you. And I said, okay. And you know what he done, Jasmine? He drove 4 hours out, you might well say, 3.5 to 4 hours out, to make sure that I was able to go and see my own children and check on them because I was concerned. Not only did he drive out there to do that for me, but he actually met my children relatives and had a decent conversation with them. And he was also concerned about my children. He was more concerned about me seeing them and making sure they're okay, and he making sure they're okay, versus just being up under me. He didn't care about that. He was more concerned about them than anything. Jasmine, that ain't even half of what he done for me. Jasmine, it's been times where I needed food in the house, and I did not have any money whatsoever. Was out. And I told him I was out. And you know what he done for me, Jasmine? Even if he did not have the money himself in hand, he said, give me a minute. And he went out there and he brought the money from somewhere else and gave it to me and put it in my hand and said, hey, do you need a ride to the grocery store? Or are you okay? Because I didn't have a car. And whatever I needed, he made sure that it was there. When he did have a little money on him and he knew certain things that my daughter who lives at home with me needed, and he just observed. I didn't have to say nothing at all. He observed. And it's been times that he came in here with the items that I use on an everyday basis. I did not have to beg him for this. I did not have to plead with him for this. I didn't even have to tell him. He just done it because he cared. It's been times when I needed to get over to the doctor's office to get my checkups and everything. And he made sure that I got there. Didn't ask me for nothing. So therefore, You know, I wouldn't mind doing little things for him. I don't mind. You know why? Because the simple fact is that when I needed things done and I needed help, he was there to help me. I didn't have to beg for him to do it. Not one bit. And you know what? He always been honest from day one. I ain't never heard from his children's mother that he ain't never took care of his kids. I didn't seen it for myself where he have taken care of his children. And I did not try to stop him from taking care of his kids either, because I'm looking at the full picture that if you don't even take care of her, you know, the children that you got by this other woman, and you don't even sit here and you don't even do right by this other woman who you impregnated a long time ago. What makes me think that you're gonna do any right by me if you're not even doing right by her? That's what I was thinking. So yes, he takes care of his kids. I don't have to beg him to do it. She don't have to beg him to do it. He just does it. He check on his kids. I have seen it. It's been times, Jasmine, where I need to get out the house. Seriously, get out the house. Because my own daughter was driving me crazy. Because she's a whole teenager. And before I was able to go ahead and get myself put in jail for wanting to choke up, he done came and got me and took me out so I could relieve that stress. And he made sure that she was okay at the same time. It was in times, Jasmine, where I was going to work back and forth. And I was barely at home. And I have a teenage daughter who's here by herself. Keep in mind, I've known him for years now. And he done sat here and he done made sure that when my daughter had to give me a call because she needed something out of me and I was not able to get to her right away, all I had to do was pick up the phone and call him and say, hey, can you bring this to my daughter? And it has happened. Didn't have to beg. All I had to do was tell him. Matter of fact, you really want to know when they hit the head on the nail on the head? If my daughter was to call him and tell him that she needed something out of her own mouth, without me even have to say anything, he will bring it to her. You don't have to beg. He'll just bring it to her. This is just a sample of the things that this man have done for me, that I have taken a look at as a whole. See, Jasmine, when a man really, really do care about you, he's going to make sure that you're provided for. He's going to make sure that your kids are okay. Matter of fact, and on top of that, he's going to be respectful towards you. The man that I like, he ain't never not once called me bro. I have been over his house several times. All the time. Riding around in the car with him. Meeting his friends. Everything. Went out on dates. I have done it all with him. And me and him are still good till this day. Jasmine, you need help, hon. Lord Jesus, you need help. The man that you're dealing with, he's not all what you think he is. I'm just here to tell you. I don't know where you picked him up at. You say you picked them on the internet. Girl, let me tell you. You picked the wrong one. Stop. I want to give you a bit of advice now. I want you to stop having sex with this man. Stop. Just stop having sex with him. Close your legs. Real fast. Don't have sex with this man no more. Close your legs. and begin to ask God to remove the blinders off your eyes. Please do. Ask Him to remove the blinders off of your eyes. And stop kissing on this man every single time you see him and have him feel it on your butt and everything. Actually do this. And everything that you want to see about this man, you will begin to see it. And at the same time, while God is removing his blinders off your eyes, begin to pray for that young man. Believe me when I tell you this, and I'm telling you this from experience. When you begin to pray for this young man, God is going to reveal things to you about this young man that you would never been able to see on your own. And I'm telling you this from experience. Pray for him. Even when he make you mad, pray for him. You'll begin to understand who you're dealing with even better. You'll begin to understand the way that he moves. Because right now, you on a roller coaster ride. And it's taking you on a trip out of this world that you can't even see. So if you do what I'm telling you to do, I guarantee you, God will begin to reveal some things to you, and you will begin to understand a lot better of who you're dealing with. I guarantee it. I'm done.